Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Kingdom mod Let's Play for Mount and Blade Warband. So a couple days have passed in game since we left off in the last episode, and the Kingdom of Swati is now officially defeated. Their faction is no more. So we'll have to see where the remaining Swatian lords ended up. I was able to actually recruit a handful of them between episodes. They all showed up in Veluca here. And I went ahead and I brought them on since I had fairly high relations with all of them. But I think I'd like to figure out whether or not they're honorable before I hand over any territory. So I have been working on stuff to sort of transition us over from Kingdom to Empire. I have changed our faction name, as you can see here, Holy Calradian Empire, which was our goal from the start, was to found that and then eventually, of course, conquer the entire continent. And actually, you can see the lords that I recruited. So Lord Stamar, Lord Rafard, and Lord Despin were three Swatian lords that finally jumped ship and came to join us. And it looks like they're replenishing their parties from literally nothing. I've also changed, let's see here. I've also changed my character's name to Emperor Frederick Aldis. I'm still working on some proper Emperor armor for him. This kingly armor is no longer sufficient. So I've put in for the Master Smith to crank out something much more fancy looking for me. Also, I have changed our banner. You may have gotten a glimpse of it briefly here. You can't actually see all of it. So let's, if we go to the faction notes, I think we can see it better. So yeah, there we go. And I'm going to update this as we conquer their factions. So right now, just the Swatian heraldry and the Rhodox heraldry are on there, representing that we've assimilated those two factions. But as we assimilate the others, I will add their heraldry into this as well. And so we've just got like a double-headed black eagle here. It's actually just something I found on Google I really liked because it's sort of stylized. So I went with that, and we've got this like very fancy bejeweled looking crown here to symbolize the Empire and whatever. And we've stuck with the black and yellow that we've been using for the entire playthrough. Our old heraldry was like a black eagle on a yellow background, or at least the head of one. So that's the plan, and I did want to thank a few people for helping me with that. 'Cause back at the start, I did ask you guys to help me come up with some ideas, or feel free to mock some stuff up. And I did base some of these ideas on stuff that I got from you guys. So in particular, I wanted to thank Antonio Lozano Finol, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, who's also one of our subscriber characters, for coming up with several sort of mock-ups for our heraldry. And I believe he was the one that actually came up with the idea to sort of introduce the heraldry of the other factions on there as we conquered them, or at least to have all the sub-kingdoms of Calradia represented on the banner. The others are Harun Omar, and Thomas Prisbol, who gave me some suggestions as to things I might want to implement on there as well. So I wanted to thank everybody there for helping me out with this heraldry. If I missed you, I apologize. I went back through the comments as best I could and tried to find everybody that pitched an idea or sent me something. But if I did miss you, I apologize. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll go back and look and give you a shout out next time if I did in fact miss you. So with that, there's still obviously the armor I need to come up with, but I have come up with some armor for our Imperial Guards here. So Sir Astor is the only one repping it now. After his performance in that last siege, I felt that he earned the honor of being in my Imperial Guard. You guys might remember when we were taking the keep, he was pretty much helping us out single-handedly. It was just us and himself, and he took on like 3 or 4 enemies at once and was able to take them out, which was great because if he hadn't, I would have been fighting like I think 6 enemies by myself, and that would not have been good. So The armor is going to be black, as you can see here, with a white cross across the chest. There's also a bit of white on the helmet here with some like Latin scripture on it. This is actually a design that's already, well, there's a similar design in game or in this mod already. What I've done is I've taken it and I've applied it to a couple of other varieties of helmets just to have some diversity. But the black Salet helmet with, or Salet, I feel like that's probably French, with the visor is in the mod by default that has this texture, and so I've just put it on a few other varieties. So we've got, you know, black plate armor, white cross, and then I've gone for like a gold, I guess it would probably be like bronze or brass plated in real life, but sort of like a gold looking chainmail, just to kind of, you know, keep to our colors. And I am planning on maybe doing some custom shields for the Imperial Guard as well as I'll probably give them some horses with like more heraldic looking barding, so something like yellow and black, or maybe just you know, sort of the goldish looking chainmail. I don't know yet. And then there's also some banners. If you guys have played the L'Aigle mod, the Napoleonic Wars mod by Dockham, there is sort of like a lance with a big flag on it, and I plan to implement one or two of those with some cool like Imperial stuff, so I can have my, you know, guards riding around very obvious with those things. So I need to work on that too, along with the armor, obviously. But my question I wanted to leave to you guys is, well, first of all, what should we put on those flags? I have an idea for one, and it's sort of this picture of the Holy Roman, I almost said Calradic, but that's us, the Holy Roman Empire. It's this eagle, black double-headed eagle, and on the wings are the sort of heraldic shields of all of the like, I guess, the vassals of the Holy Calradian, or the Holy Roman Empire. And so I thought it would be cool to do that for us and put it on a flag, but I could replace all of the heraldry in there with the heraldry of the lords that are part of us. Or I guess I could just leave it, since it wouldn't be, I don't think you'd ever see it close enough to be able to pick out all the little, you know, shields. So something like that. But I wanted to do like two, so I don't know what could go on the other one other than just like, you know, our generic banner, which is kind of boring. Also, I wanted to have at least like 2 or 3 people in my guard. And so my other question to you guys is, who do you think is deserving of promotion to that honor? Because right now it's just Sir Aster the Maid, after his, you know, performance last time. So I will say that the I don't want to like limit too many, but I would say, like, you know, William Warrington, our archer, probably not gonna mount him on horseback and make him part of my guard. The same thing with Sigurd, just because, as you know, like a Viking or a Nord character, he's gonna be on foot, and he's sort of like the leader of my infantry at this point. And then Clovis is eventually going to become a lord in his own right, or at least I'm grooming him to become one. So I probably wouldn't bother with him, because he won't be around in our party forever. Eventually he's going to have his own. But in the meantime, I guess theoretically he could be in my guard, and then just, you know, later, before he becomes a lord, I'll give him something that doesn't look like Imperial Guard armor. But he's also currently the commander of my cavalry, so I kind of like him where he is. But we do have Victor, who's yet to become a knight, but, you know, now that we're emperor, we can pretty much make anybody a knight that we want. We also have Sir William and Sir Alden, who haven't been with us quite as long, but they are candidates as well. Or maybe you guys have new characters that would be, you know, interesting as Imperial Guards. So let me know on that. But that's just some stuff I've been thinking about. And so in the meantime, I think what we want to do is, we have a lot of territory that needs to be handed out. And so to that end, what I'd like to do is maybe look into which lords are worthy of giving land to, and then basically all of Swadia, or at least the western 2/3 of it that we've conquered, is pretty much up for grabs, except for maybe the towns. I haven't decided on those yet. Some of the towns are already under control of other people, like Uxkhal. That it belongs to somebody. Suno is up for grabs, though, as is Praven. So we'll see about that. What else? Also, I want to make sure that I have good relations with all of my towns and that I have businesses built in them, because we want to be making max money at all times. So in Veluca, let's head on in there. Our relation is 4. That's good enough. And let's see. We have a tannery here, so that's fine. In terms of like the town, I guess I could build like a prisoner tower here since this is my capital. That's gonna take 2 months though. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I have like, I think like almost 250,000 dinars at this point. So this is like a drop in the bucket, even though it's gonna take 2 months. Like whatever. But in our other towns, we may not have anything. So let's head to Jolkala. We'll make sure we have something built there. I think we do have like an oil press built there, but I don't know what our relations are. And so we might do some like guildmaster quests today in order to boost our relations with these towns, just to make sure that, you know, our people like us and all that. Oh, okay, the Nords have just declared war on me. Great. Well, they were our next target anyways, but I wasn't planning to get into another war this quickly. I was hoping to have a little bit of a breather. But it looks like that's sort of out the window. So let's head here and at least finish what we were doing. I do have an oil press. Our relation is 0. So I guess let's have a quick chat with the guildmaster. If he has a fairly simple job for us, we'll do it. If he wants me to like herd cattle across the continent, I am not going to do that, but let's take a look. Okay, Mr. Guildmaster, what do you have for me? Any work? Important mission. A group of bandits have kidnapped the daughter of a friend of his and are holding her for ransom. Okay, I actually don't mind doing this. Let's see, 15 days to take the money to the bandits. We'll be waiting near this village. I don't really care about getting paid. I'm just trying to boost my relations with these guys. Yeah, I can do that. That's pretty straightforward. I just hope that the bandits aren't going to be set up like all the way in, you know, Vaegir territory or something, which I think is possible with this. It doesn't necessarily have to be nearby. So let's find this place. Oh boy. Almost in Vaegir. I wasn't too far off. Yeah, so it's all the way up there, and I only have 15 days to do that. I don't think we're going to be able to complete it, unfortunately. So it's actually going to end up hurting our relations with the town. But that doesn't seem like something we can help at this point. So let's start riding north toward where the front for this war is inevitably going to be and see what we can do. But yes, this was the next war we were going to fight, so it's sort of, I guess at least they were the ones that declared war, not like the Sarranids or something, or Vaegirs. But I think we're going to try to take this area first, so that we basically have Rodok's territory, and then all of what was initially Swadian territory. And then, we'll worry about pushing into, you know, like what was originally held by the Nords at the beginning of the game. And it looks like they've expanded. No, this was always Nord territory. Never mind. For some reason, I was thinking that they had taken Werchig from the Vaegirs, but that is not the case. That was always theirs. But obviously, Dirham, they took from us. And I defended that for quite a while too, but the Swadian AI couldn't hold it themselves. Okay, the weekly budget is in, and we made like 19,000 gold, which is pretty solid. Let's see. Veluca is doing okay. It's making about 20. Oh, whoa, wait. I thought that was 931, but there's another one there. So that is more like I don't know, 12,000, if I'm reading that right. But yeah, that's pretty good. That is our capital after all. Let's see. Ironworks in Suno, not doing so great, but at least it's something. Jokala, 336. Rents and tariffs from Jokala is shaping up to be around like 8,600, which is pretty solid. Excuse me, not anything close to our capital, but still pretty good. Praven and Uxkhal, about 400 each. That's solid. I'll take that. Better than these two. Yellen, not doing... Actually, no, it is doing pretty well. It's doing more than Jokala, actually. Pretty close. Pretty close. So yeah, that's good. And then other dye works cranking out about 500. And a few castles of ours making some money as well. Not nearly as much as the towns, though. Let's see. Tax efficiency is actually our biggest cost right now. That's kind of concerning. Party spending quite a bit, but obviously our party is the most important thing we have. Can't conquer new castles or defend our current ones without it. So that's kind of a necessary expense, whereas this one is something that, you know, just kind of sucks. And then wages for all of our garrisons and whatnot, none of these are particularly high other than Yellen, which has like 200 something, and that's only 16. Because remember, you're only paying half wages for garrison, so it's not too bad. We need to garrison the Swadian holdings, though, because obviously they're going to be threatened more than the Rhodox ones, since they're right on the border with the enemy. Alright, so we are outside of Senuzgda, something like that, where apparently Jarl Deglin has taken up residence. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Deglin is somebody who we have known in the past, so I'm going to see if he might be somebody that we can recruit rather than conquer. So let's hail the guard and ask for a meeting with him, and it looks like he'll oblige. And yes, Deglin is somebody that we are actually somewhat friendly with. So, let's see. First of all, what do you think about politics and whatnot? Sometimes I'm going to serve a tyrant to keep the peace, but sometimes a bit of rebellion keeps the kings honest, circumstances all. So you're, what, an opportunist or something? You're not honorable, but you're not necessarily dishonorable. How do you feel about the king? Yeah? Well, how would you feel about maybe following me and joining my empire? Really? I'm the most powerful faction in the game right now, but okay. Definitely more comfortable with me. And okay. Yeah, fair enough. So, what do you think? Ah, that's a shame. Well, we can try again later. But it's good to know that... Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Good to know that we might have the opportunity to take that peacefully. Let's see about Dirham. I imagine this has been hotly contested. And so, yeah, 67. We could snipe that pretty easily. The issue is going to be defending it. Who are you? Jarl Reichsen. I feel like we've met him as well. They're attacking my villages. We got a lot of villages that are, you know, on the border here. And so, like, Gisum just got hit. This, I think, was hit recently as well while we were traveling. I imagine this will get hit pretty soon too, and then probably these. As long as they're not besieging a castle or a town, I'm not going to worry about it. The villages, unfortunately, are kind of disposable. Okay, so we finally caught Reichsen, and I was right. We are pretty friendly with him, actually, which likely means that he is honorable if we have a relation that high. So let's see. Wow, he's quarreled with a lot of these people, actually. I guess that's a good sign. It means he probably doesn't like being part of the Nords. So, yeah, injustice and all that. So, how do you feel about the king? Can I persuade you to maybe say a little bit more? Well, would you consider joining me then? Because, you know, I am your friend. So, you know, I'll hold up everybody's rights and all that. I don't understand. We are much more powerful than the Nords. Okay, good. So you are honorable. Right, so what do you think? Well, that was a bummer. Okay. So I guess I could defeat him quickly here. And then, actually, are you... I don't think you're Swadian. I think you are possibly from Rhodox. But anyways, we're going to have to defeat him. We'll let him go if we have the opportunity to catch him. That'll boost our relation up to like 70. Well, actually, probably 69 because we'll lose one from attacking. But either way, I can't have him running around so close to our territory with an army of 70 men. So, unfortunately, we will have to fight. Okay, so we're getting set up here. Moving the knights across to, or actually the cavalry, I should say. Moving them across to set up over here for, you know, potential flank. I'm trying to get the archers set up on this hill. I should probably tell them to hold their fire until they get here. And then the infantry is going to set up right in front of them, preparing to basically charge in from the front while the cavalry hits them from the side. Got a lot of cavalry deployed. That is quite the force there. Alright, archers, go ahead and fire at will. And I'll let you kind of soften them up for a bit. I don't see any... actually, there's some pretty heavily armored guys over there. But for the most part, they look pretty lightly armored. Yeah, I don't think we'll have too much trouble with this force. Let's see, can you guys get a little bit closer and maybe spread out a bit? We're not really taking any damage from them, though. And they are, you know, mostly Rhodox, so it's a bit surprising, but their sharpshooters don't really seem to be hurting us, so that's fine. I guess I will go ahead and tell the infantry to charge, and then the cavalry to charge as well. And I've forgotten to re-equip my lance, so I have the Morning Star instead. So I'll be fighting pretty much exclusively with my sword here. And I don't even think I swung at anything right there. Oh, there he is. Let's go after him, since he's probably the biggest threat. I hit his horse, but let's try to hit him. He's got pretty good armor, actually. I'm not doing a whole lot of damage. Come on, quit blocking me. Times like this, I wish I had a throwing weapon or something. He blocked me again. Come on. There we go. Got him. Alright. You can see the new heraldry on our shields. I actually think I need to resize it so it fits on there better, but I think it looks pretty good. I guess let me know what you guys think. But I like it. And at this point, everybody is welcome to charge. But, oh yeah, fight's over, so I guess it doesn't matter. So we lost a sergeant, as we seem to do pretty often. He was wiped out. He escapes, so we won't get that free relation boost with him. But that's fine. We're still at, like, what, 64 with him, so it's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and upgrade these troops. I have 25 knights and 5 men-at-arms. So I don't think I need any more cavalry. I think we'll go infantry instead. We actually have another knight right there. We'll get another bowman. These militia are ready to upgrade. I have... Let's see here. Looks like 53 ranged units. So I think some more infantry would be in order here. I guess I'll do like... Let's do 3 more archers, and then I'll do the remaining 8 as footmen. And then we did capture some prisoners, so I'll take them for the time being. Especially that sharpshooter. And let's see, we got some loot here. Ooh, I'm a bit low on food. Well, I got plenty of bread, but bread's not going to do much for morale. Well, I'll take this stuff. You know what, don't even bother with those. If it's not worth at least like 50, I don't think I'm even going to waste my time. Yeah, you know what, screw it. You keep all that. Okay, so there's one Lord defeated. And I think right now, let's just go take Durham real quick. Since there's nothing there to defend it. Ooh, that's concerning, actually. So the Kurgite and the Vaegirs have made peace, which means that I'm probably the only faction at war with the Kurgite at the moment. And so that will probably mean we're going to be seeing a lot more attacks from them. Actually, you know what? I think the Sarranids may be at war with them as well. Let's see. Sarranids, who are you currently at war with? No outstanding issues with us or Vaegirs. Bound by truce not to attack them. The truce will expire in 5 days. That's concerning, because that means they're not at war, so yes, I am the only faction at war with these guys. Oh, wait. I thought we were at war with them. Are we not at war with them? Apparently not. Bound by truce not to attack me. You know what? That is perfect. I don't remember making peace with them, to be honest. But, okay. I'm happy to know that I have, so great. Got some deserters there. Real Grainwad. We actually know him as well. I'm pretty sure he's a former Swadian too. Vadar. Where the hell is that? I don't even know where most of these villages are. We got so many new fiefs that I can't really keep track of them all. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm sure you guys are probably seeing it and like yelling at the screen right now, but I don't see it. I'm just concerned that, like, if it's somewhere in here, that could be bad. But I just don't see it. Whatever, I'm not that concerned. Let's try to catch him. If we can, we'll recruit him. If not, we'll defeat him. Ah, boy, I'm gonna have to go deal with that. As long as he's running in this direction, we'll stay with him, but if he diverts, or if he goes in here, I'm going to have to break off and go rescue Praven. Let's see. It looks like this is his castle right here. So if I recruit him, that means, you know, he'll be bringing that along with him, which is great. So yeah, he'll run in here. Unfortunately, that means he's not alone, so I can't speak with him. That being the case, let's hustle on over here, and hopefully we can get there before the siege. Alright, so I'm hustling to Praven here, and it looks like there are quite a few Nordic lords looking to join. Oh man, that is quite the force they have there. And Praven doesn't have a particularly large garrison, so we're going to be mostly on our own here. This could be quite a difficult siege. Oh, Telrog's here. Fantastic. So we'll have his help against all of these Nords. But it looks like this is going to be quite the siege defense. I don't remember. This may have been the castle I was saying it would be fun to defend, so maybe I should have been careful what I wished for. But let's take a quick look here, make sure we don't have anybody that needs upgrading, because we want to be obviously at full strength going in. That looks pretty good. All of my companions are at full strength, or at least close. Sir Aster will get to test out the new armor. We'll see if it's any good. His weapons and stuff are all the same, at least for now, so that isn't going to change. But yeah, that's going to be an interesting fight. We've probably, you know, fought off larger numbers than this. Actually, a few of these guys we know. It's a shame I can't talk to them when they're all bunched together like this, because, you know, potentially I could recruit some of them away from this army, but that's not going to be possible at the moment. Maybe after, you know, if we defeat them, I can run down a few of them and try to recruit them then, or, you know, at least crush the remainder of their army. But for now, I think we're going to end it here, and we'll, sorry for the cliffhanger, but we'll fight this siege defense in the next episode, since they tend to be very, very lengthy, and I'm recording this pretty late, so I don't want to be stuck recording this all night. Waiting for waves and waves of attackers. But again, let me know what you guys think about all the things I mentioned earlier, because in the next episode or so, I'm going to try to be implementing a lot of that, so that we can, you know, fully transition from kingdom to empire, and have, you know, our troops and our heraldry and our equipment and everything reflect that. Because again, our goal is to conquer the entire continent and form this holy Calradic empire, which we have now established. And so I want it to be, you know, a true empire with all the splendor and whatnot that would, you know, come along with that. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Kingdom with you guys, as I always do. I really enjoy this mod. Probably one of my favorites that I've played in recent memory. It's very simple, but it's very, very good. Which a lot of mods, like 12th was really cool, but it just did way too much, and I had to it's basically relearning the game as I was going along, because there's so many mechanics that just aren't the same or have been completely overhauled. Whereas this, it's pretty much just vanilla Warband. I've made a few script tweaks myself just for convenience. And I think the last version they put out, this had a few tweaks as well. And then obviously it just updates the equipment and everything to a later setting. But I really enjoy it, and I think it works. So anyways, thanks again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.